Today in social studies, we're going to talk about the rules of our classroom. Now, I know this year is a little different in that you're mostly learning from home, but at some point you will be coming to a classroom to learn and come to school. And so I wanted to go over the 5 rules that I have for my classroom that we talk about the first day of school every year. The first rule is to show respect. Now, this can look different in all different ways. You can show respect to your teacher by listening and following directions. You can show respect to your classmates by keeping your hands and objects to yourself and using kind words with them, listening when they're speaking and sharing your items. And you can also show respect to our school by making sure that you take care of our classroom supplies, make sure that you don't touch the walls or get things dirty, and that you clean up after yourself. And respect is very important because the more we show respect to each other, the better we can be as a class family. We talk a lot about that as a class family because that's what we are. We spend a lot of time together, and it's important that we show respect to each other. It's also important that I show respect to you, that I don't ever talk to you in a mean voice or make you feel bad. And so I try to show respect to you, and I want you to show respect to me. The second rule is to follow all directions the first time. Normally, I have about 20 students in here at the same time, and if I give directions and each of those 20 students are not listening, I have to repeat it 20 times. That wastes a lot of learning time. And so it's important that when my voice is on, your voice is off so that you can hear instructions and so that also I can keep you safe and so that you hear what needs to happen. And so it's important that I don't have to ask more than once for you to follow those directions. I'm sure you have a similar rule at home that if your mom asks you to put your plate in the sink, she doesn't want to have to ask you 5 times. Or if she asks you to pick up your socks off of your bedroom floor, she wants you to do that the first time that she asks. So it's very important to follow all directions the first time. The next rule is to keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Again, when there are 20 students in a classroom and you spend 8 hours a day together every day, it's important that we get along. Nobody likes to have someone else's feet on them. You don't want someone else's hands on you. You don't want their pencils or crayons on you. And so it's important that you keep those things to yourself. We also don't want to spread germs by putting our hands on each other or touching other people's belongings. So this is an important rule because it helps to keep you safe and it helps to keep your classmates safe. This one says hallway behavior, and this is something we spend a lot of time in when you're in the building. There are classrooms all over this building full of students who are trying to learn. So if we're walking to the cafeteria and everyone in our class is talking or running or singing, it's very distracting to the kids who are trying to learn in those classrooms. And so the rules for the hallway are that you are quiet, that you stay in line, and that you keep your hands and feet to yourself, and that you have quiet walking feet. Now, we do have some fun stickers on the floor that sometimes we get to hop on and jump on and things like that, but that's only if our voices are off so that we don't make extra noise. But again, this is another thing to be respectful to our school and to the other students in the school building to make sure that we're quiet as we move through the hallways. And then the last rule says classroom behavior. So that also means the way that you act when we're learning, the way that you act towards your friends, making sure that you're kind and respectful, making sure that you feel that you are helping your friends to feel safe and feel like they can have the best learning experience, just like I want you to have the best learning experience. So those are important rules for a classroom. And whenever it's time for you to come back to the school building, I wanted you to know those rules.